Hello! Today I am going to be making two painted rocks from the 20 Ways to Draw Everything book. This is my first video, so bear with me. It's gonna be weird. Alright, so here we are with the lions. I will also be doing turtles, as you could see here. Very fantastic. So I'm going to start by gessoing the rocks. We have this nice little round one here. And then it's almost rectangular. I previously painted it, but I just now decided I wanted something different, so I'm going to go ahead and gesso those. And, yeah, that's pretty interesting. Oh, wow. Yeah. After that, I'm gonna work on painting the base coat, so that's gonna be pretty intense. Okay, and here I have my colors. I'll be starting at the base coat. It's called Terracotta. I'll be starting with the more rectangular-ish rock here. And then I'll move on to the circular one and start sketching out my design. And I also want to talk about a little bit why I kind of started this little art challenge of mine. I've been painting the books in order throughout the entire thing. I'm starting at the animal section, and what I'm doing is it's kind of goes back to my OCD where I used to throw away art books, or I'd be too scared to do them because I couldn't recreate them perfectly. And so here I am doing each in sets of 2 in a 3-color challenge so that I can teach myself to just enjoy the process and also understand that it's not supposed to be a photocopy. I'm just, enjoying the moment of my paintings and actually, having fun with it. It's been a bit of a journey for me because as time goes on, I've actually been able to enjoy the painting. So here we have my color Laguna. I will be using that to begin the design. I meant to film the pencil drawing of this, but I forgot. But I'll just be starting with the lion's body in the Laguna shade. The camera kind of makes it look more like a blue color. It's kind of a turquoise in real life, but it still looks pretty either way. And here I am just sort of making the lines. It was really hard to draw in the first place. I wanted to give up and just paint a new one, but I kind of wanted to keep the same thing because I want to challenge myself. So I was really happy that I kept this one because it turned out really pretty in the end. Alright, now I'm going in with Prairie Sunset, and I'll be painting the lion's mane. This one was super difficult. It took me 20,000 years to do it. I had to touch it up a lot. Even after the clips that I'm showing here, I went back and I touched it up 2 more times. It just seemed a bit too boring to just add to the video. And here I'm just adding some touch-ups in the original color as well as in Prairie Sunset. I felt like the lines turned out a little too thick and I just wanted to thin them out a little bit. I find this is easiest to do with just the original base color rather than trying to make the lines super thin in the first place. So I think it turned out pretty nicely. Admittedly, I think it looks more like a wavy lion's mane more than the original circle designs I was trying to go for, but I actually quite like it this way. And right now I'll just be painting in some darker lines to fill in the rest of the lion as well as outlining the mane. Here I chose to make the line on the end of the mane a little bit thicker. I just thought it looked kind of cool. I don't know. I also think I added maybe a little too much blue to this piece, but I wasn't really sure where else to add any more of that creamy color. So here I'm just kind of adding some cute little leaf designs. I wasn't really sure what to do, but sometimes when I can't think of a good background, I kind of just fall back on some leaves or like some wavy designs. I think it just adds like a touch of classiness and it's just very simple, and it also doesn't take away from the original piece, which I quite like because I want the center of attention to be the lion and not the background choices. Sometimes when I make a painting, I will choose to use the animals as like a background point and actually have the landscape be the main center of attention, which I think is quite fun. I love painting landscapes. So, and here's one I got paint on my book and I was very mad about it. And now we move on to the turtle. So over here, I'm just beginning the simple little lines, and these drove me crazy. It was so hard. I just like, I couldn't do it. And I'm gonna be real, it's so hard to not have your face over the camera when you're trying to like paint these. You gotta get yourself into some weird positions to do it. But here we got a little fin on the end, and then I'm just gonna fill in with these little like chunky lines here. I did go back and touch these up a little bit later to make them look a little more even, and I think they turned out really nicely. I really like how these colors look good together. I really wanted a nice balance between something you'd see on a lion and colors that you would think of like in the ocean and tropical areas to go with the turtle. It's a really fun challenge because you have to think of like, okay, what goes with a lion? What goes with like its habitat? And then you have to think about what goes with a turtle and what goes with a turtle's habitat, because you don't traditionally think of lions and turtles together, but the book put them in that order, so I had to think outside the box there, and it's a really fun challenge to use untraditional colors for these characters. So here I'm just painting in the turtle shell. I left little gaps between where the lines were and where they weren't. I felt like it just looked kind of cool. I also added some touch-ups to like the sides a bit, and then here I am adding in that same little like design to the turtle so that they match as one cohesive design. This really made me happy. I thought it just looked so pretty and it brought the whole thing together. And I also just love these metallic markers. My cousin gave them to me for Christmas, and they're just like, they're so opaque. Like one coat it takes forever to dry, but they're really good. I just love them so much because it's so quick and easy and they're just so pretty. Even the white is like opaque, and that's like crazy. Okay, and now we're just moving on to the Mod Podge. I did speed this up quite a bit, so it feels like I'm just like yeeting it with Mod Podge. I swear I did this nice and slow. I just thought it would be boring. Now, it was honestly scary using Mod Podge for the first time when I first used it a couple years ago, because like it's so white and I'm afraid it's not going to completely dry. Alright, now I'm just going to be walking to the park. Oh, yay! Anyways, I was walking through my neighborhood and I absolutely loved it. On fall days, it's just really nice out. It was a bit windy this day, but it wasn't too bad, and I just took some shots of like the foliage and stuff around my neighborhood because I think it's really pretty. Yeah. Watching this video. I really appreciate it. If you like it, if you hated it, still subscribe anyways. Have a great day and enjoy this lovely shot of my cats. Goodbye.